Hello, Lori Michelle Moshiach, here today to share a message and morning vision from Hashem. About a week ago, Hashem awakened me to a vision of rioters screaming and bulldozers and Donald Trump, President Trump. And I was watching in horror as President Trump was using bulldozers and forklifts to move a hideous, monstrous mess. And he was moving this mess from one side of the street to the other and bulldozing his way through it. All the while, he was surrounded by screaming and yelling and people calling him expletives and blaming him for the mess. And as he was bulldozing his way through this hideous mess, more was being piled on top. It was futile. He was moving it, and before he could even move it from one side of the street to the other, more of a mess, garbage, feces, manure. It was hideous. It was very clear what Hashem was telling me through his message. And if you are an opponent or a hater of Donald Trump, you probably don't know what the message was. If you're a supporter of Donald Trump, President Trump, you likely don't understand the message. So allow me a few moments to explain exactly what the message was. President Trump is faced with very difficult problems all over the country and all over the world. And a lot of people do not understand these problems or where they're coming from. He says most people, Hashem says most people do not have any idea where these problems are coming from. There are a learned few who understand the source of evil. And evil begets evil. But even those people who are learned and study evil and Torah do not understand Hashem's vision and morning message to me. What it meant was we are faced with horrors all over the world. Terror, war, homegrown terror, El Paso, Texas, Dayton, Ohio. Within 24 hours, 9 people in Ohio, 22 in a Walmart. Unthinkable. Or is it? It's happening more often and it's getting bigger and bigger. And Hashem is explaining to me, these are the end of days. And the horror is gonna grow bigger and bigger. And gun control might be something you can examine, but it will never stop this monster. This monster is bigger than you're realizing. And this monster, evil, is everywhere and in every person. And that's something you simply have not faced yet. And you must, because you can't kill the last terrorist, because the next terrorist is being grown right in your backyard. The next terrorist might be you. How so? This horror happened in Texas and Ohio, and what's happening in the aftermath? People are politicizing it. They're throwing salvos and rockets at the White House, blaming Donald Trump, and Donald Trump is blaming everyone else. And would-be, wannabe presidents like Senator Biden are blaming President Trump and using it as an opportunity to bolster his campaign for the presidency. Evil begets evil begets evil. It's coming out of everyone. I just read online that several people surrounded Mitch McConnell's home and were screaming expletives. One person actually called for someone to stab him in the heart. Is this America? Is that good? Are you rooting for the people who surrounded Mitch McConnell's home called for his death, for someone to kill him? Do you see the evil? Yes, it's in them, but it's in everyone. Everyone is speaking and spewing evil. There was one clear moment, a moment that we haven't seen in a very long time, where the New York Times had a healing message that Trump was calling for unity and not racism. And he was attacked. He was attacked. The New York Times was attacked. They hated the headline. They accused the New York Times of kowtowing to the president. What's going on here? I'll tell you what's going on here. Your evil is showing everywhere and in everyone, and no one wants to hear it. This is the time where you're supposed to look inward and upward, and nobody is doing that. Everybody's pointing fingers. Nobody is willing to do the hard work of examining where are all these murders coming from? Where are all the suicides? The young people who are taking their own lives. Why? I know why. You are living in a fantasy world that some guy on a donkey is going to show up, the King Messiah, and go, whoop, whoop, whoop. It's all better, all good now. Let's have a party. And that's just not going to happen. Hashem sent me, Lori Michelle, a woman, unthinkable to everyone, unless you have the courage and the fortitude to read my book. This book explains exactly why it's me, a woman. And this video is not about me. What it's about is about you. This is about you. You and your children and your families. This is about us. I see it everywhere. I see it in President Trump. I see it in Senator Biden. I see it in all of you. And you all are unwilling to face what I see. But you must. In order to heal, you must know where the cancer is coming from. And I know, and I explain it in detail in my book. We can't make this better. President Trump can't bulldoze his way through the feces and the dirt and the pile of garbage that's being heaped on top of everyone. Because just as soon as he moves it, there's more. We won't kill the last terrorist because the next terrorist is one of you. I don't know who you are, but you're festering and you're growing in your evil until you face where it's coming from. You don't understand what you don't know, and you're unwilling to learn, but you must. These are the end of days. He's watching you. He is real. And I'm the warning call. He said to me, Lori, do not worry if they don't wake up. I will wake them. And that might sound good to you, but I promise you, if he wakes you, it will hurt more than a mother. Please wake up. I'm telling the truth. I'm watching the horror, and the horror is everywhere and in everyone. And it's breaking my heart every day. I cry every night for you to listen. I'm trying very hard to get this information to you. And so far, most everyone is refusing it because I'm a woman. Isn't that ridiculous? Think about it. If I have the truth and I have the antidote to all of this horror with me right now, all the answers that you need right now, Why would you refuse it because of what I look like? Because of my gender? Isn't that everything that you espouse to hate? Be careful about what you hate and choose what you love. Choose God. Choose love. Choose education. Wake up. I'm telling you the truth. We're not going to bulldoze our way or bully our way through this. The answers are inside of you, and they're in my book. Be brave, be courageous, and be willing to look in a mirror. I promise you, you can do this, and we will heal one person at a time. One person at a time. God bless you.